Hey everyone, this is Nanette, TraXel's pet care expert, and I have had multiple sclerosis since 2008. I am also a certified professional dog trainer. In today's topic, I wanted to talk to you guys about service dogs, and in particular, have a couple questions to ask you or for you to ask yourself. Do you certainly need a service dog? And what is a service dog? So a service animal is one that has been trained to mitigate your disability from MS or some other health condition that limits some of your function. And what I want to talk to you is, did you really need a service dog? Because think about how much time you spend outside your home. If you are one of those owners who wants to teach your pet, how well behaved do you think your personal pet is? For example, does your pet bark at other people? At other dogs? Are you embarrassed to be seen with your pet in public? Well, then to get to the level of working service dog, a dog has to have baseline manners where they are very comfortable around other people, other dogs, and they focus on the task at hand. The other thing is, there is no reason, though, you can't teach your pet to do tasks for you at home. Now, if you wanted an actual service dog, then that dog would have to have that task behavior generalized to other places. So not just inside your home, but being able to do it when you are out at a restaurant or if you are on public transportation, which is why there is a need for public access training for a well-mannered dog on top of the other things I mentioned. But like I said, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to teach your own pet to perform some service tasks for you inside the home. And if you're like me, if you're a homebody, then is there really a point for you to have a public access service animal with you, right? Like, for example, I don't like to go out of my house. The other thing is with service dog handlers, and I've heard this a lot from other service dog handlers, where they have the general public interrupting the dog's work, either because they want to pet the service dog even though the animal is working for them, or because outside dogs are reactive, just not well-mannered, that they have their service animals attacked. So think about your emotional state and if you might be able to handle that, right? Because service dog handling is another ball game in itself, on top of all the MS or other chronic disease stuff. So if anyone is interested in self-training a service dog, I would be happy to share some resources with you. I can post it on the forum, or if you want, you can send me an email at info@mytraxel.com, and the team will let me know that you've reached out so that I can help you. But because of the fact that I have spent time teaching my own dog to do services for me inside my house. So for example, when I drop items, and hello, hand dexterity issues, because MS, so I've taught her to pick up the things that I've dropped. And so if you want to learn that, I would be really happy to create an instructional video to help you teach your dog to do a retrieve to hand, which is one of the public access service dog tasks. Because if you have a service dog with public access skills, they're gonna be able to do that in all situations. But like I said, there's no reason that you wouldn't be able to teach your dog to perform tasks to mitigate your disability at home without having to go out in public, be hassled by the general public, because that's stressful, okay? If you have MS, you know the condition is already stressful enough, and because of the whole invisible disability thing, not an easy task to be out in public. The other thing is, with service dogs, there are a number of skills that some of them do need to have. So if you are in need of a mobility support service dog, then if you have a pet that is a large breed that would be able to handle that kind of work for you, great. If not, then you might need to either wait for a suitable candidate for a service dog, or if you wanted to purchase one that would be already trained, I think that is like around $30,000. And I mean, there is a wait list depending on what country you're from, but again, there's a waiting time. The other thing with service dog is that unfortunately there is a time limit to how long they can help you, either because, as I said before, most companion animals have an expiry date, unfortunately, and service dogs, the service, from what I've heard from actual service dog trainers, is looking at about 8 years. And this is of course assuming that the dog is young, so 2 years old, giving you about 8 years of service, and then at 10 years old they either have to retire or you have to find them a new home, or the service dog places have to rehome your pet, or if you wanted them to stay on, that's fine too, but that means at some point in their working life they are going to need replacement, because you might have to bring in a puppy, or you have to bring in another service dog. And again, think of your current pet as well. That's stressful, especially if your current pet isn't good with other dogs or people. So there's that. Takes about 2 years to train a service dog from puppyhood until they're able to perform tasks to mitigate disability. And again, this is not judgment, it is just some thoughts for you to consider. So 1, how much time do you spend outside the home? Because that determines whether or not your pet needs to be taught public access behaviors. And 2, what is the disability you're looking to mitigate? Because that really changes the body size of the service dog that either you get or you self-train. Again, send me an email, info@mytraxel.com, attention Nanette, because I want to help you. And having MS is not a ride or a walk in the park. It's a walk in Jurassic Park with MS. So think about it that way. So thank you for listening, and leave me comments in this podcast video, or again, send me an email, info@mytraxel.com. Have a good one.